There is Rudy Giuliani this morning in Lower Manhattan at the 9/11 Memorial on today, the 11th anniversary of the 9/11 attacks. Good morning. I'm Rolf Winkler. Welcome to the News Hub. Well, on the eve of the 11th anniversary of those attacks, a deal was struck to break the impasse that has long delayed construction of the museum at the World Trade Center site. Ted Mann from Wall Street Journal's Greater New York section joins us on the phone now from Lower Manhattan. Ted, among others involved in this conflict, we have Mayor Bloomberg, we have New York Governor Cuomo, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Describe the conflict that's really happening behind the scenes here. What took so long?
Well, the issue really was about money and control. And depending on who you talked to last night after the deal was struck, they were, accentuating different parts of that. The Port Authority still owns the site of the World Trade Center, all 16 acres, but the Memorial Foundation controls the museum that is still under construction and the memorial itself. And there was some question about going forward how they would divide both the costs they're incurring to build this museum, which is still long behind schedule, and how they're going to share the cost of operating it in the long run.
Now, and talk about, it's a very expensive project. How much is it going to cost, and why so much? I mean, what's the museum really going to be like?
Well, the museum is an ambitious undertaking. It's a really cavernous space below the Memorial Plaza itself, and the Memorial Plaza is the part that was finished in time for the 10th anniversary last year. The cost estimates vary pretty widely. The state has estimated, and the Port Authority have estimated that the museum might end up costing $1.3 billion. The foundation has said closer to $700 million. And they have not reconciled those numbers. What they have is an agreement to settle an outstanding claim of about $17 million between the port and the foundation, and to get going again on construction.
Okay, and that $17 million, is that really the core of the dispute here? I mean, describe that dispute.
Well, that amount was a short-term hurdle, and that was money that the foundation believed it should have been reimbursed, generally should have been reimbursed by the Port Authority, and money that the Port Authority thought that it had spent and, didn't think any more reimbursement was necessary. They've agreed to, the foundation has agreed to waive that to get essentially to get the ball rolling again. The more important changes will be a greater degree of cooperation about the foundation's finances, its private fundraising, its budgeting for what's left of the construction on this project, and an agreement that once the Port Authority starts work again, except if there's another major dispute, they won't stop until the museum's done.
Ted, let's go into that for a second. This construction will continue at this point based on this agreement, but there's a catch, right?
Right, and they would not put it that way, and certainly everyone last night, both from the governor's staff, Governor Cuomo's staff, and the mayor's staff, were accentuating the positive in their statements, that this will now start construction and they'll keep going until the end. The catch is that there's a clause in the sentence of their memorandum of understanding that says the Port Authority will continue until the end as long as the memorial has paid what it is required to pay. So a future dispute about another major aspect of construction or something that could go wrong in what remains to be built there potentially could put another halt to this project.
Okay, and when can we really expect it to be completed?
Certainly there was no completion date last night when the agreement was announced. I think it's safe to say that there's still many months to go.
Okay. Ted, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it.